assault and batteries, but my trunk stay ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Alright, we're about a month and a half away from WrestleMania, and for the first time, honestly, I can say that I am genuinely excited and can't wait for WrestleMania 42. At the beginning, I thought the whole match card, the whole dynamic of Mania being in Vegas 2 years in a row, the creative wasn't there. I just wasn't feeling it. The WrestleMania magic wasn't flowing through my blood and flowing through my veins, but after the Elimination Chamber and seeing Raw over the last couple weeks, they're really starting to tease certain matches, certain storylines, maybe even some returns. I thought of some returns, but that's another story. They are really starting to come together on what direction they're going to in this WrestleMania. I'd like to know what you think, if there are any matches that you kind of had going in your mind, what you think would be a good add to the match card, and what your dream matches are. I feel like the roster is so big now, it's so easy to throw like a 6-man match for like the Intercontinental title because Dom is the champion. I feel like maybe have him in an Intercontinental title match. But I want to know your opinion, what you think would be a pretty cool match to add to the match card. Having Roman Reigns and CM Punk being the main event, I think is a great choice because those two, I feel like, are the biggest stars of the company. So having them in the main event is very fitting. Randy Orton winning the Elimination Chamber and then them announcing Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre on SmackDown kind of makes you believe that Cody's going to win the title back and then face Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And for those two, it has to be a one-on-one match. I think that story kind of really writes itself. 20 years in the making. I think adding Drew and Jacob to it is kind of it's gonna water it down a little bit. So having it a one-on-one instead of a fatal four-way and having Drew McIntyre face Jacob Fatu and maybe like a street fight or something, I think could be a great match as well. Then you got Brock Lesnar versus Femi coming together. You have Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. You have possibly a Chris Jericho return. I think the internet and everyone is still very positive and very hopeful that Chris Jericho is going to make the jump and maybe do something with WrestleMania. And I've said it before in one of my previous videos that I feel like WWE, to this day, I still believe that they do need a big name, a big legend to really bring more seats in. Although the card is coming together, quite nicely, a lot better than it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I don't see the harm of having someone who is a familiar face, someone who's been around for 10, 15, 20 years, just to get that extra credibility to the show. AJ Styles going to the Hall of Fame, I think, is another thing that'll bring people in. I think as much as people wanted to see John Cena, maybe that's going to happen in Saudi Arabia, maybe even after. But then you still have guys like Gunther still doesn't have a match. Jey Uso doesn't have a match yet. WWE gets a lot of shit in, and from me as well. I feel like, again, SmackDown's still unbearable to watch, but I think around WrestleMania time, you see just how big the show can be and will be. And it really only takes 2 or 3 matches for you to really get hooked on a show. And for me, it's CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. And then the third one, I don't think has been announced yet. Brock Lesnar versus Femi, I think would be pretty damn good. But I think something with like a legend, I feel like would be, for me, just that last cherry on top. That'll be like, damn, this WrestleMania is going to be awesome, and I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be a good road to WrestleMania, and we'll hopefully everyone enjoys it. And WrestleMania, a month and a half away in Las Vegas. So I'll see you guys in the next video.